one that keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before.
I know you've both been sitting patiently for the past 2 years, waiting for your shot, so I made a decision. Neither one of you will be starting.
What do you mean? We've done everything that you asked of us.
EA Sports coverage of college football takes us to Miami, Florida, and Hard Rock Stadium for the 2019 Kickoff Classic and an early season matchup of powerhouses. It's the home state Florida Gators taking on the Clemson Tigers. It is time for the Kickoff Classic and a new season of college football underway on EA Sports. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. 1st and 10, Florida. Out of the gun, it's White. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Back to the air on 2nd down. White. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that's caught by Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. These college offenses, Charles, so wide open. And there's an example right there that we just saw. And let me ask you, how does a college offense differ from an NFL offense, or does it?
Well, it still does, Brandon, because NFL offenses, while they're continuing to embrace what the colleges are giving them more and more, they're still not playing as fast as a general rule. You know, most college offenses will run about 15 plays per game more than NFL offenses will. They'll take a few more chances in what they're doing, maybe try and isolate their star player a little bit better. Yeah, there's still some differences in what we're seeing, but for me, speed and pace of play for college offenses still ahead of what we see in the NFL.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. White. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's White. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
He finds an opening past the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown.
Well, Coach O'Brien, he could not have asked for a better start for this offense, getting a score on their opening possession. I guess maybe that justifies the call they made with which quarterback to start.
I'm just wondering, from everything we heard this offseason, what do you think, partner? Did he flip a coin about who would start at quarterback, or did he really evaluate them in the preseason? But look, that first drive, first career start against a big-time opponent, packed stadium, noise coming from everywhere. How about how he handled this? Took the team right downfield, put 6 on the board, and how about the statement of Tommy Matthews on the sideline? He's telling him, this is my job to lose.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, White. He hits Beasley right side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Ellington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
This is Ellington. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He'll get this one to Galladay. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. They set up the screen for Henry. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Tigers 6, Gators
And
nothing.
how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
11 yards there, 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20.
They pay me. I'll do this for free.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down. So we'll have to see what that's about. We knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing after the interception. White. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, White got his man complete over the middle. That's Perkins. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. On the ground, Ellington. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that lead is back down to 9 now. Now that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
So following the made field goal by the Gators, their kick team gets ready to send this away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Now that's a tough throw because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to locate his running back, open downfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. 1st and 10 now for Clemson. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll try and run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That play right there, Charles, that is a prime example of why Coach O'Brien likes this young quarterback on the field, his ability to scramble.
And you talk about the ability to scramble, move his feet, quarterback run plays, you name it. Everything is in the playbook now.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. From 4 yards out. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw it back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. White, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
There he goes right side. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags. A punt return touchdown and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him.
And now this will be the final play of the half as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. Steps away. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And with that, we reach halftime in Miami in the opener to this college football season. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That'll be taken about a yard deep.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A play fake, now White. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Ellington. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out.
And got his man complete. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed as 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Clemson now with a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. From 8 yards out. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off down at the 2.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
White's pass. Intended for...
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. White. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
Gators 32. Gators 8.
The shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete here.
Incomplete. Intended.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
And Charles, here we are in the 4th quarter, and they've got a pretty comfortable lead here. You know, Coach O'Brien, as we talked about, he made those statements about his plans to possibly rotate the quarterbacks, but we have not seen any sign of Tommy Matthews.
And we certainly expected to see him. Look, you and I both sat in there, partner with Coach O'Brien, and he indicated that he planned to rotate quarterbacks to find out what he had. But with the play that he's seen here, he's like any head coach. He reserves the right to change his mind. And maybe he knew a little bit more than he was willing to tell us. That maybe Tommy Matthews isn't exactly in his favor, especially considering the lead they have now, and he still hasn't gone to the bench.
At the 34-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. White. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll run on 1st down. Jewell, and 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown Clemson. Jackson Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
31-yard line.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now White. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
1st and 10 now for Clemson.
Hey, watch left, watch left. Stay with your man. 31's the mic. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
31's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Back to throw here. Now he'll throw deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
Touchdown number 5 for the junior quarterback, and that certainly makes Coach O'Brien's job at the postgame press conference a lot easier.
And you're right, it certainly made Coach O'Brien's press conference awfully easy. But how about the conversation he's now going to have with Tommy Matthews? Because all indications we had from talking with Coach during the preseason, he told them both that they were going to get their chance. But now that this guy's throwing... Five touchdown passes. Now he has to go back to Tommy Matthews and kind of shrug his shoulders and say, I know what I intended to do. I know what we talked about. But he's got the hot hand. They're going to have to go with it.
The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the... start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Over the middle, complete. It's Perkins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Today's final score, the Clemson Tigers 46, Gators 8.
So things got off to a solid start. But after several weeks, you and Tommy had...
Some huge
Wake up.
news to get to, and none more intriguing.
What are these dishes doing at my feet?
Because it's time for you to start cleaning up your crap. These dishes have been lying in the sink for almost 2 weeks. I mean, look at this place. It's a disaster. You're leaving everything laying around. It's ridiculous.
Who crawled up your butt and died?
You.
Gross.
Hey, get up, man. I want to watch some TV. You've been laying out here all morning.
What's got you two all riled up?
Just turn up the volume, would you?
The Heartbreak Kids have gone from sensational dynamic duo to a sudden two-headed monster, and boy, this is an ugly one.
Hey, I thought I played pretty good out there.
This team still has not found its identity, and I know that Coach O'Brien claims that his two-quarterback system is matchup-based, but I gotta tell you, it sure looks like he still doesn't have a clue what's going on. As Coach Madden famously once said, if you've got two quarterbacks, you've got none. And right now, I gotta tell you, man, Coach O'Brien's indecisiveness with the most important position on the team is only gonna lead to problems on the field.
The answer is simple. Just start me.
That would make the situation worse. I mean, the team plays better when I'm on the field. Everybody knows that.
If I could just get into a rhythm, I'd be fine. Last thing I need is to be worrying about you breathing down my neck if I make one mistake.
Well, you better believe it that I'll be there when you do.
Okay, I see what's going on here, guys.
I don't know what made you follow me here and try to win back your old position. I mean, you could have just kept the Heartbreak Kids going, or you could have went your own route on another team, but you decided to, what, come here and punish me? Is that it?
What are you talking about? You're the one who showed up and stole what was mine in the first place, okay? I'm supposed to be Batman, you're Robin.
Look, I get you're upset, but...
AT&T Stadium on this beautiful Saturday in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The top travel destination this week for alumni of these two storied football powerhouses, and the site of the first of our college football playoff semifinal matchups. As we'll see the Texas Longhorns taking on the Clemson Tigers. For the right to play for a national championship next Monday night in Santa Clara, we are underway from Arlington in the national playoff semifinal. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here. First and 10. They will let him throw here on the very first play. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Warner. And he'll go right back to Green, but this time it's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. There doesn't need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target, found a second, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10, Texas. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll run it here with Pierce. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And how about this? It's complete. And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Longhorns have taken the early lead. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Escaping the pressure right. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
17-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Longhorns 7. The Clemson Tigers 0.
Back to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
8-yard line.
On the draw, here's Martin. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down at the 31.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, here's Willard. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
If this is what you want to see from a defense, give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
This is fielded inside the 5. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. Going up top for Miller. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson.
Touchdown.
CD for them. this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Warner from the gun. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They'll give to Martin here, out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Steps away to his left. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st. On 1st and 10, Warner. And it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Draw play. This is Martin. They see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now Warner's hit, and he loses it. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
But that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
They'll buy some time right. And right side, Henry's got it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A nice pass that time. And, you know, you think about this quarterback position as we get close to intermission. It's a tight ball game, but so far he's maintaining the lead. But you got to wonder, he's got Tommy Matthews over there on the sideline. Is there a chance that there's a change come the 3rd quarter?
Well, there's always a chance.
And it is caught. Touchdown Clemson. Jackson Henry as the first half is winding down. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in Arlington with Clemson on top.
Longhorns 7.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right. At the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. It'll be Warner on first down. Dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On second down, Martin. And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on third down, Warner. And he locates Walker, complete. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
7-yard pickup.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shows the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson.
That drive, they really increased their cushion. Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, is one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Longhorns come up 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll hit his tight end, Walker.
That's good.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. From the gun on 3rd down. Warner goes underneath to Martin. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Sometimes the visuals don't exactly work out the way you expect. They wanted to let him use his size there and float one up to him, but he wasn't able to get any separation. The DB was right on him and forced the incompletion.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. They'll set up a throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. Jackson Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. What a game that he has had throwing the football. Now 4 touchdown passes. This offense playing at a very high level. Tell you what, he is going to be filling up your social media timeline tonight. This is caught.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There is no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun. Warner looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Martin. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Falling there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just work
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz clock and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Here we go on 4th down. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. They come up short here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. And find Miller. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll roll him out right. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown Clemson from 3 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving him up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I got a wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Warner. He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it is caught. Touchdown Clemson. Jay on right side. 63 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I don't know what else to say at this point. Just an unbelievable performance. 6 touchdown passes. And you think about this guy, as we said, rotated in and out of the lineup all season. But right now,
He looks as if he's had a zillion starts out there. He has been on point all game long.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, Warner. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
10 yards to go.
On third down, Warner. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. And one of the whistles for timeout.
Sets up.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The punter for Texas out on the field as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So thanks to, if you can believe it, 6 touchdown passes from their junior quarterback, the Clemson Tigers are moving on to play for a national championship.
You all right?
I'll be fine.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as we'll see the Oregon Ducks taking on the Clemson Tigers. Well, the pressure perhaps getting to this young quarterback. Clemson trails at the break. Back now in this national championship game and what has been a tough defensive battle. And as we get ready for the second half kickoff, worth noting that Tommy Matthews does not appear to have exited the locker room with his team. We'll keep you updated as we receive more information.
24-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start out with a run by Ferguson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The Oregon Ducks looking for that elusive first national title. Of course, they've been in the National College Football Playoff before behind Marcus Mariota following the 2014 season. And they beat Florida State that year before falling 42-20 in the championship game. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. To throw on 3rd down. Barrett hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Pulled in at the 24. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Clemson now with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 20. And he will score. Touchdown Clemson. Jackson Henry, 43 yards. And Clemson has taken the lead. After the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first 2 quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. I think Coach Red O'Brien, he hadn't shown a preference for either quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, one thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I, sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
I just remember when we left that room, you said 2 things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure, and to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
On 1st down, Ferguson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Barrett. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. So the opening drive of this 3rd quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
The tackle made back at the 30.
Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Buying time to his left. Going up top for Miller. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Back to throw again. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here.
Well, since he's coming to the game at quarterback, 2 trips into the end zone, and this offense starting to look remarkably relaxed.
I love that description because it's evident to me, and it's evident to everyone watching, and now everyone's getting the memo. He's not a backup. He's played just as much as Matthews has this season.
Yeah, that's the thing, Charles. There's the old adage of if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Well, I think they're taking that script and throwing it right out the window because they're saying we've got 2 quarterbacks, and we like them both.
I love the way you just said that. Not in this case does the old adage hold up. I think we've got a new one. They feel like they've got 2 good quarterbacks, and the offense should respond no matter who's on the field.
Exactly.
On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. And Cameron has it over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back now here on EA Sports as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. To throw on 3rd down. Barrett. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Barrett. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Carry here for Burgess. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. On the carry, it's Ferguson. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or 2, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going deep this time for Miller. That's caught at the 25.
They should have put a stamp on me in the
score. Touchdown, Clemson. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. The 3rd time wasn't a...
charm. They got the first two-point tries, still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for two so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for, felt good about being aggressive and going for it, and right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
Ducks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Oregon, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st down, Barrett to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Barrett's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30. 10.
They're not even trying to do anything.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Barrett looks to throw on first. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Barrett. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. On third down, Barrett. Open man is Anderson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 1st and 10, Oregon. From the gun, Barrett. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Barrett. That'll be incomplete, as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for his running back.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Barrett. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for his wideout.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, possession switches hands. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going up top for Miller. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
They changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback as thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although
I think there's only one individual on everyone's mind tonight. This one's for my brother, Tommy Matthews.
You think that's something? You should see it in person.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. Together.
Doc said I shouldn't overdo it.
Did she say what caused all this?
Yeah. Something about the stress from my filthy roommate leaving his dishes lying around the apartment. She said if it weren't for...
How could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even going to be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's going to be right as rain.
I just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision, but I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the 3rd round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Your talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm going to give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried recruiting. It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I going to play? It felt good, telling everyone I was sticking around and Tommy and I were going to play together. The next question was, did it actually work out?
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both Heartbreak Kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once, certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.
All right, then, show me what you got. Let's go.
Shut up! Hawk 70! Hawk 70! Shut up! Here we go! Here we go! 19 Tiger! 19 Tiger! Let's go! Let's go now! Cowboy 80! Go! So close, one more. Let's go! 60 Bison! 60 Bison! Hut, hut! Ready, ready! 18 Cup, ready, ready! Panther 60! Panther 60!
You gonna be a bum? Or you gonna go to jail? Look. You gonna be you gonna die? You gonna be a bum? Or you gonna stay for? You gonna die? Nigga, that's not me. Yeah, I'm a wide receiver. Because I want you.
We met online. What? Okay, so that came out wrong.
I don't want to be no running back. No, shut up, PJ. No. It's not no route runner. It's a running back.
My name is Simon Hassler, and your daughter is locked in the basement. You can't have my kid! What? No, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm phoning the police. You said my son. Just let me explain for a second. I will ruin you.
We live in two whole different systems. It probably call it two different things. And I was on the phone with two bitches yesterday. I call one right now. Call me. Look. Can you hear? No, she declined me, so shut your bitch ass up. Oh! I'm calling her right now. Can you hear? Yeah, you can hear? She ain't answer. Probably sleep. Hey! You gonna stare on that, but I would hit the way on him now. She was in her bed. Hey! I know that. Hey, who sang that song? What's his name? That's my cousin. I know him. His name Big Wolf. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. His name Big Wolf.
This will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Oh. Yeah, that's my cousin.
First and 10.
That's my cousin. Is he fat? Is he fat? Huh? Look at that, my cousin. He got waves. Oh, big wolf. Oh, big wave for all of them. I thought you said big wolf. Hey, block and your timing bad.